Hello there and welcome back to another edition of Silly Car Showdown. Today we are taking a look at the Toyota Hilux. More specifically, this is the AT38 Arctic Trucks edition. This is basically the car that Top Gear used to go to the, well, North Pole in. And yeah, a pretty crazy cool vehicle. I do really like having this in Forza, actually, to be honest with you. And also it's a Toyota Hilux, and I really like the Toyota Hilux. Probably my favourite pickup truck. However, that's not the reason it's here today. The reason it's here today is, well, A, because RKD requested it, and B, because if you've driven this car in this game, you might notice it has one weird handling trait. It really likes to go up on two wheels. I'm hoping this thing has a racing suspension available for it, so we can kind of avoid that, but if it doesn't, then God help me. But, I mean, looking at it, God help me in general. Speaking of God help me, let's take a look at some engine swaps. Now, standard, this thing comes with a diesel engine. I did actually check, the diesel engine might be able to make a fair amount of power, so if you want me to play with the diesel engine at some point, do let me know, because I would actually kind of like to do that. Front weight distribution, 50-50 weight distribution on this, interesting. Anyways, the engine swaps, the Skyline engine, 6.2 litre V8 or the 7 litre V8 Hemi. RKD requested the RB26 motor, so that's the one we are going to go with. Yeah, also no drivetrain swaps as per the rules of this series. Right, unfortunately, as much as I love the rally lights, we are going to want front aero, and sure, that should provide many aerodynamics. Now, tyres, ooh, we can upgrade the compound. I will say stock, this thing has massive tyres. They are 405s. Yeah, tyre widths are 405, which is ridiculously big tyres. I wonder how big of the wheels you can get for it, but yeah, ridiculous stuff. So far, PI not particularly climbing. It wouldn't surprise me if this becomes one of the lowest PI cars we've had. I can't remember how much power this engine actually makes. I think in terms of if you want like raw power, the V8 is probably the best engine, but the suspension, thank God. Hooray, maybe I'm slightly saved. I'm still not that hopeful, to be honest with you, but there you go. It is keeping its 50-50 weight distribution, which is good, as we add on all of this stuff. Right, roll cage. I don't know if I want the extra weight, to be honest with you. I think I might leave it out for now. Come back once I've fully upgraded the engine. We will definitely want the weight reduction now. But yeah, roll cage doesn't seem ultimately that necessary on this car. I'm going to try and keep the weight out of it as much as possible. I'm not going to build it like the Nissan Safari Superlight, which, interestingly enough, that also had this engine. For some reason, I keep using this engine in trucks and SUVs. There's no real correlation to that. That's just apparently the way this is planned out. Oh, well, okay, the PI is actually starting to climb on this one, which is good. Still probably going to end up being one of the lower PI cars. It's not as low as the Citroen, which I think is the only car that wasn't S or R class or P class. That was an A class car. Twin turbos are going to put us to... Okay, yeah, we are going to get into R class. Excellent. And apparently, yeah, this thing diesel probably makes a hell of a lot of torque. So that's another reason I kind of want to have a play with the diesel motor. Anyways, we'll add all this stuff because why not? Apparently it's not affecting the weight distribution, which is good. Surprising, in fact. Right, that has got us to R825. Roll cage. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it, to be honest with you, just for the added weight. I mean, yeah, all this really doing is affecting acceleration. So, Sonnet, we will go sans roll cage on this one. Interestingly enough, I believe R825 PI is exactly the same as we got from the Safari. So, yeah, apparently these cars are one and the same. Anyways, the Hilux has 842 horsepower, 708 foot-pound torque, 3,523 pounds of weight, a 50-50 weight distribution, R825 PI as I previously said, and it is front-engined all-wheel drive. I don't know. It really depends on what the suspension's going to do when it comes to the Hilux, to be honest with you. If the suspension is good, this might turn out to be pretty good. If the suspension is bad, this is going to be very, very bad. Okay, here we are with our Hilux. We are at the Brands Hatch Indy course where this car is going to have a chance to set 7 laps to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Lotus Elise GT12, that's at the time of 43.846. This car, unlikely to beat that. as we get off the line. I think them gear ratios might be... Oh no, it's doing the thing. It is doing the thing. Right. I'm going to fix these gear ratios quickly because they are... I'm assuming... Oh, okay, no. Yeah, they're completely broken. Let's just drag them in a little bit. I usually am very lax on what I allow the cars to run with gear ratio wise, because I understand, you know, there's no tuning in this show, in case you didn't know, so... Oh god, it's doing the thing, yeah. There's no tuning in this show, so I try and keep off the gear ratios. However, if they're, like, ludicrously long like that was, or ludicrously short, I will touch them up a bit. But yeah, someone's going to quote that and take it out of context, aren't they? Oh my god, it does the thing. I was hoping it wouldn't do this, but it is going to do this. Okay, excellent. So yeah, if you didn't know, this isn't a quirk of a modified Hilux. This is just what it does. This is just what the Hilux likes to do. It really likes to go up on two wheels. It's pretty weird because actually trying to gain any car control once both wheels have gone in the air is interesting. You've seen it with the Nasdonk, you know, that was sort of, that lifted its one of its wheels up, but that was kind of fine, other than it would start a one tyre fire. The Isetta would also lift its front end up. The Polaris would do it too. In fact, that would lift both front wheels up, and that was very terrifying. Here's the difference. With both front wheels, I sort of lose all steering, but as strange as it sounds, I still have a semblance of control. When the two side wheels are going up, the weight transfer goes from one side of the car to the other and then back again, and that makes it horrific to drive. There is also a chance to actually roll this. People, you know, especially fail race, you know, will tell you that you can't roll cars on this game, sort of under normal conditions. The thing is, realistically speaking, if you find a track with big enough curbs, I don't think Brands Hatch is quite going to have big enough curbs for us to do it. But yeah, it is very possible to actually roll the Hilux on a curb. That is something that is very much possible to do. So, my god. This is the most horrific thing. I don't know what sort of lap time I'm going to get out of this, to be honest with you, because it's... Yeah, it basically wants to be a motorcycle. Oh god, there's the issue with the Hilux. You can sort of see... I was going to try and rack the steering left and right very sharply to sort of show you how bad it is. But yeah, you can actually do that. I haven't actually tried it. I really might do at some point. If you can get enough power in this thing to actually get the kinetic energy from just, you know, swifting it left and right to actually roll it while it's still standing. Of course, you know, there's jelly tunes you can do to it or whatever. I'm just talking about the stock suspension here. I also don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get a clean lap out of this, because apparently I keep having issues on that one corner. But yeah, it's completely and utterly terrifying, quite frankly. It's amazing, do not get me wrong, I love the Hilux. I'm terrified to drive this around Top Gear laps though, if I'm being brutally honest, because yeah, I haven't done it yet. I did the Land Cruiser, but when I finally do Forza Top Gear laps, which if you didn't know is a show I do on my channel, come check it out, I'll plug all that crap at the end. Yeah, I haven't done this car in there yet, however, considering it will do this stock, like, I'm actually kind of curious now. Not so much, you know, about the Hilux actually doing it modified, which we know now it does. I'm actually curious if there's any way to tune this out of it, so you can actually make it to be a credible car, like actually usable. So, yeah, that would be something I'd be curious in, but yeah, as of right now, no clean lap time has been set. No real lap time has been set at all, just because I can't do anything. As soon as you get the power down, it just wants to do that. Right. I'm going to go for a run-up. This is more of a Hot Lap Classic thing, but sod it. I'm going to try and get a bit more of a run-up for the Hilux so it can have a good next lap. Right. I like it. I wonder if I use the handbrake to get it around corners, maybe. That'll work a bit more in its favour. I don't know. I'm not good enough with the handbrake to really judge that one. Still, 54.912 is currently looking like it's going to be the time, which is going to make it by far and away the slowest car we've ever driven. All that run up for absolutely jack shit, apparently. That's good. It's always good to see. Right. Yeah, it's the Buckaroo. It is the Buckaroo Hilux. Oh god! Oh wait, I was about to say, the one time I get a dirty lap I actually get that sort of clean, but never mind. Right. Final laps coming up for the Hilux. Yeah, right. Stay behaved. Go on, you gotta set a good lap time. You're gonna be embarrassed by the Citroen at this rate. You don't want to be embarrassed by the Citroen, do you? Surely. I don't even know what the brakes are like. I don't actually know, like, other than it sort of doing this, I don't actually know what any other part of the car drives like. Please don't go over there. There we go. Also, in case you're wondering in the comment section below, yes, this is worse than the F100. It doesn't go round corners properly. The F100 at least tried to go around corners. This just sort of wants to do that. That's not a particularly good thing for it to be doing, but there you go. Oh, please don't go off there. Yep, there's the dirty lap. Excellent. Right, I don't think we're going any quicker. I think the Hilux is pretty darn locked in on this one. As we rush towards the line. Yep, nothing I can do about that one. 54.912 for the Hilux. Hoorah. Hoorah indeed. I wonder if I can roll it off that curb up there. Oh. Well, I mean, that wasn't intentional, but I'll take it. Right. Let's see if it will do the thing. Right, let's see if I can actually clip the curb properly. Not quite. But yeah, that's the Hilux. The Hilux is dumb. I love it. 54.912 though. While I may love it, the leaderboard certainly doesn't. It becomes the slowest car we've ever had. It is 2 seconds slower than the Citroen 2C VTEC. It is yeah, down on the Ford F100, the Isetta, the Golf Cart. It's down on everything, basically. There is a major upside to the Hilux, in that unlike the Ford or the... well, actually, only the Ford, come to think of it. It is actually fun to drive, but, yeah, the Hilux, it's a silly thing. Also, just one more thing I do have to point out about this car, which I love. If you roll it, and it sort of slightly lands on its wheel, the car will bounce. It's pretty spectacular. It is a fantastic car, the Hilux. If you haven't driven this thing yet, I highly recommend driving it, and make sure to know me how many rolls you can do in one crash. But, yeah. Anyways, that is it for the Silly Car Showdown. Thank you all very much for watching. My name has been Emile. You can check out my channel in the description below. And if you'd like to see cars in this series, you can comment them down below. But, until next time, thank you all very much for watching, and farewell.